What's up, guys, man? We back with the channel. You already know what it is, man. If you just tuning in, you all know who I am. I am Coach Fine. I am the people's coach. I am the jack of all coaches. I does it all, but in theory, in reality, I'm a business startup entrepreneur coach. But I call myself the jack of all coaches because I feel like I kind of does it all a little bit. Like I help everybody, whatever your problems is. For the most part, if I can solve you, or I feel like I can help solve them, I help you. But for marketing, yeah, I'm a business, business entrepreneur and startup coach. And so, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. If you're watching this video, and today, man, we're gonna keep the train rolling. Last episode we talked about, last video we talked about self growth, self edification, and today we're gonna talk about accountability. Accountability, you know what I'm saying? So, accountability is a big word that's always going around in the world because people say people lack it, but accountability is just another one of those things, man. We talked keywords last week. We talking self growth, self education last video. Now we talking accountability. All this stuff plays in together, man, and not just necessarily starting a business or being an entrepreneur, but just in life, like just the day to day, 9 to 5, being a parent, being a son, being a husband, wife. Everything comes back to accountability. You have to be accountable for your actions, and if you do something wrong, if you do whatever it is, you got to be accountable. You got to know, okay, hey, I fucked up, or hey, I did this and I did that. This is how I fixed that. You know what I'm saying? I'm wrong. I was wrong. I know that's hard for a lot of people. I was wrong. I was in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? What do I have to do to make it right? And whatever you do might not always change the solution, but as long as you take that accountability and say, hey, I know I was wrong. And then that's where you kind of play into other stuff like self-growth. So once you know you was wrong, accountability, then you start playing into how can I be better? How can I not let this decision happen again? But everything starts with being accountable. The first step is being accountable for your actions. That's the first step into changing, to being a different person, to being a better person, is being accountable for your actions. So whether that's, like I said, in life, but especially in business, being a business entrepreneur, you're a boss, you're a CEO, you got employees, you got workers, you got people looking up to you, man. And if you're not accountable, if something go wrong and you blaming this person, you're blaming your coworkers, then they not going, nobody's going to want to work for you. Nobody's going to be around you. Then, your retention rate is going to be horrible. You're not going to be able to retain your employees. People going to be looking for new jobs because every time something go wrong, instead of you just saying, hey, I'm the boss, you know what I'm saying? I'm the big dog. You like, hey, why was this messed up? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, if it's somebody's fault, then you can have a counseling with them about what happened. But even still, it goes even deeper to training. So you got to really look deep before you blame somebody else for what's going on, especially in the business world. Like I said, if you got an employee who messed up, you gotta look to see was his employee trained for this. If they wasn't, then you still it's like partial. You know what I'm saying? You still can have a counseling with them about being better, but you got to have a counseling with yourself or whoever your training staff is on why they wasn't trained. So it's like a little thing, but the blame game is not it. The blame game is not it, man. You got to be accountable for your actions. You got to be accountable for who you are, and that's how you grow. You don't want to be the same person you was for your whole life or a long period of time. You want to be able to look back and say, I grew. And that starts with accountability. Being accountable, whether that's in relationships, you got your husband, your wives, you don't want to, you doing wrong, just be accountable. So many things can be different in life if people was just accountable for their actions. Okay, I understand. I was wrong. And if you wasn't wrong, don't be saying, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with people, you know what I'm saying? Don't say you was wrong. Everybody got to play their role and play their part when it comes to accountability. But especially in, that's like the main thing in just anything, not even especially. I'm about to say especially in something, but really in reality, in any type of situation, accountability is going to come up. You're going to have to be accountable if anything in your life. But if we want to talk specifically business, entrepreneurs getting going, startups and stuff like that, because that's where I niche down at. If you're trying to start a business, You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to start a business or invest into a new business or grow a business, that's gonna be big. You gotta hold yourself. The process for starting a business may seem easy, but there's so much that goes into it. So much paperwork behind the scenes, getting the products off, marketing. You know what I'm saying? Getting yourself out there. And if you not holding yourself accountable to doing your research, to doing the paperwork that you need to do, to set the stand by deadlines, then discipline comes into. I kind of all these words that I've been talking about. You know, all these key words, they all play a part together. It's like a train. You know what I'm saying? One can't really work without the other. So you have to be able to look back and police yourself. That's kind of like discipline as well, but that's always accountability. I'm holding myself accountable for my actions. I know I said I was going to do this and I didn't. I need to be better. That's accountability. Discipline is more like you actually being strong and doing it. Accountability is knowing that you fucked up. And now how can you make it right? That is accountability. So be accountable in your lives. Take this message, pass it forward. Like the video. Please share it, comment, spam, subscribe. And as always, love, guys. Peace.